Hey everyone, it's Tara here. Welcome back to another little plan with me video, and today I'm just getting ready for March for my bullet journal. So like the previous months, I always start out with the 3-month view on the first page, so that's going to be March, April, and May. And I just find this to be pretty useful for future planning. I don't plan it very far out in advance, so having just those 2 months is perfect for me. And then I also include March, which probably isn't necessary because the next page I do the March view, so it's kind of redundant, but I do like to note holidays or birthdays that I wasn't aware of. So like if my friend has a birthday and I didn't know about it before, I write that in there. So like next year, if I wanted to do a bullet journal, if I do a bullet journal, then I can reference this year's and be on top of those birthdays instead of just completely clueless and forgetting about them or not knowing about them. Because I'm pretty terrible at like remembering other people's birthdays. I know, my boyfriends, my families usually, but otherwise I'm pretty awful at that. And then so to decorate the page, I just do the 3 lines to separate the months. I do little arrows on the lines just as decoration, and then I go in and write the months out. So I have March, April, and May, and I usually try to do like a similar font or lettering for each one. In the past, I always did the little like lines at the edge of every letter, but this time I'm gonna go do just kind of like the outline. So, and I also color coordinate the months. So like March is green because of St. Patrick's Day. April's purple because purple is my favorite color, and my birthday's in April. So, and then for May, I wasn't really sure what color to use, so I just opted for orange. I've already used blue and pink, so I didn't want to repeat that. And I kind of like the orange. I like it a lot, actually. It matches my bullet journal. Alright, so after I add the months there, I go in and add little squares off to the side to do the month calendar view, I guess. And I just write out the days of the week and then the dates of the month. And just, it's a nice little overview there. And I am getting way more color coordinated as time goes on in my bullet journal. So like in February, I was using all like pinks, purples, and reds. And then for March, I'm going to do all of greens. And so for the calendar view, I just went in with the green pens and wrote that out. And then same for April and May. So April's purple, May is orange. And I just kind of like the consistency. When I first started my bullet journal, I was using all sorts of different pens and colors. I was mostly trying to use blue, I guess, but it was all over the place, and I kind of regret doing that, but, you learn from your mistakes, I guess. Not really a mistake, but whatever. Yeah, so now that's done, I'm going to refer back to my February 3-month view and just take any important dates that I noted for March or April and jot those down. And like I said, not much going on. I have a dentist appointment coming up in March, but what's new there? I've been to the dentist every week for like the past 2 months. So this should be my very last one unless I end up having to have a root canal, which I am crossing my fingers that does not happen. All right, and then so next up is the March overview. And this is a very simple page. I just always write the name of the month, in case I forget, as well as the year, which, again, not necessary, but hey, it's nice to have a little header for something. And then I go through and write out the dates of the month and the days of the week that they correspond to. And that way, this is just a really nice overview. You can write in anything important or things that you have to remember for the month. And it's just easy to flip back to it. So when you're doing your dailies, you can see, if you do have anything planned, then you can note that in your daily so you don't forget about it. And yeah, I mostly use this for, appointments or holidays, or also noting when I have days off of work. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this a lot. I have a little key at the bottom that I use, and yeah, it's pretty helpful, I think. The next page I have here is going to be for my blog tracker. I didn't copy the one I did for February because I wasn't really enjoying the one I made for February. And I didn't really like the landscape view. It was just kind of awkward to fill out, and I wanted to do more of a portrait style, so I decided to just kind of wing it and see what I come up with. And so I just wrote out the names of all the blog topics and the days of the week that I like to post them on. And then I went through and made little boxes next to each one for if I created the draft of the post or started working on it, and then also to check off when I actually schedule the post. And I hope I will like this better because I just kind of winged it. I don't really like the way it looks, but hopefully it's functional enough that it doesn't matter. And I guess we'll see if that works out, and I'll probably come up with something different for April because I cannot make up my mind with this one, unfortunately. But yeah, as long as it works, it doesn't have to be pretty. So I'll be fine with it. And as always, after the blog tracker, I have my little monthly daily tracker thingy. This is my favorite part of the bullet journal and the reason I started the bullet journal, and I just use it to track anything that I want to do daily or even just consistently, or just have that reminder of stuff that I can do or should do. And so it's just, it really is just like the greatest motivator for me to just be able to color in each box for everything. And it really is just like, I know I want to color in the box, so I want to make sure I do it. So it just is perfect. I love it. And then I'm doing something I did in February, the To Write log, and I'm actually going to make this a 2-page spread. So it's going to be, so I don't have like 2 different ones throughout the bullet journal, just 2 right next to each other. And I basically filled up the one in February. I have like 5 more things to add to it, but I ran out of space already. So I'm just going to wait till March to add those in because I didn't want to just take an extra page for like 3 things when the month is basically over. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is also another great motivator for me. Just being able to see the letters that I have to reply to and actually noting when I receive them is really important, just so I can make sure that I'm staying on top of it and not waiting like months to write people back, because once I see that like it's been like almost a month, I get kind of antsy, and I just like, I know I need to write them back because it's been way too long. So yeah, I really like this spread. And if you're curious, what I keep track of on this page is just the name of the person who wrote me, where they're from, when I received their letter, if I wrote their letter, the date that I wrote it, and then also when I have sent the letter, what date I sent it. I like to keep track of my dates because I do keep a spreadsheet log of all my incoming, outgoing mail, and in there I note all the dates. So just noting if I wrote it and if I sent it isn't what I track. It's actually when I actually send it and when I write it. So that's why I write the dates out. And then after this, I am just going to start my dailies for March. And I didn't really think about what kind of headers I wanted to use for this month, but I came up with just using like a little banner style, and I decided to actually incorporate my date stamp for this month. And that is all the pre-planning I do for the month before it starts. And the last thing I do after I finish all of these spreads for March or any month, I go in the March overview or the month overview, and I note any upcoming dates that I've already noted from the previous month. And after that, I just go in my index and I just write down the page numbers for anything from February, anything left over from February, and all of the new pages I added for March, and just so I can keep that up to date. I know a lot of people don't maybe even use index or even keep it up to date. I don't necessarily use it on like a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis, but I do feel just it's good record keeping. So like in a few months or a year, if I want to look back on this bullet journal, I'm not going to remember where everything is. So it's nice to have those easy page numbers so I don't have to like search through and maybe even forget about some pages that I might have. And yeah, that's my bullet journal. Thanks for watching. Bye.